Hey guys, how you doing? Russ here, and it is the Freaky Friday edition of Ask the Wizard. Okay, Freaky Friday. Well, it sounded kind of cool, so I went with it. Mind you, most of the stuff I teach and I do is kind of freaky. So it's Friday. In the show notes, I talked about totally destroying. Oh, and of course, you guys know this already, but I'll say it because you never know where this gets shared to. And share. Thanks so much. We're all in this together. I appreciate your comments, either during the show, messages afterwards. Uh, this is what I do, and I'm so glad that it offers value to you guys. I can see how many people are viewing, but I can't see the little icon, so I don't know who you are. So if you wanted to hop into the comments, shout out and say hi, that would be wonderful. Greatly appreciated. Time. I'm pretty sure I actually articulate it this way even in the manifesting course. So 777 Club, the we meet. Hmm, yeah, sorry, just sources showed up for that. Give me a minute, we'll get there. 777 Club. It's really going well, and people are getting so much value out of it. I really do encourage you to check it out and see. I'm going to try something here. So I've added some new toys. I've changed some things. I've got the old Mr. Flip chart back. The yeah, it's not too bad. I'm moving so much stuff to this poor little computer is heating up so bad. I decided to choose some of the specifications and things like that. That's why I'm looking over here. Is it tells me how hard my machine is working, and it's working not too bad. Anyway, so Freaky Friday. This is something kind of cool. I always wanted to do this. Have a handy little text scroller. So we're just gonna try this. 777 Club. So the 777. Oh, hold on. Do I have my oops? I put a new controller in too, or a new layout. I don't have the oops. That's okay. We'll switch back to here. The 777 Club. Just go to healingcenter.ca and you can scroll down. You can click on it. It's really valuable in ways that I hadn't even anticipated. It's built upon the 5 steps of manifesting. Step 1, I could type that, but I won't worry about it because I can't spell worth a damn. So step 1 is creating your perfect desire. Step 2, living it on the inside. Step 3, which is a big one, managing resistances. Step 4, inspired action. Step 5 is celebrating your victories. So 777 Club, 777 Club members who are watching this, remember to celebrate your victories. If nothing else, then it's Friday, right? Celebrate the victory. So important, so important. In one of the sections, I'm not sure where it is actually, I talk about, I think it's even called Sacred Cows. And there's 2 of them. One of them is money and the other is time. And it's interesting how they're so intrinsically connected. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. So what we've done in so many respects is okay, I didn't plan on this, so thank you. What we've done is we've equated time with money. And for so many of us, in a very real way, we're exchanging time with money, which is why the whole Freaky Friday, like I could have called it TGIF, couldn't I? Now, when you think about it, why would you call it TGIF? Well, thank God it's Friday, which means I've made it through another week. So what is that? And in most cases, you're exchanging time for money, or you've equated remuneration with an expenditure of labor, if you will. And so if it's a paycheck, you're trading hours. If you're creating a product, like a physical product, you put time into creating that product, then you offer the product to receive remuneration. Or if it's a service, again, a service, you're putting time in exchange for remuneration. And this, was it yesterday? I can't remember when the show when I talked about, how long does it take to make ice? So this is another good sort of complement to what we're going to talk about today. So you can always hop over to that. The archives you can always get to if you go to, I'm going to practice doing this. Just whoops, where did it go? I lost the whole thing. If you go, oh, here I do this. There we go. If you go to video, just go. See, told you I can't spell worth a damn, but you guys know this. So why does it not go there? Does it come up? No. There it is. Okay, just playing around with stuff. So video.healingcenter.ca takes you to the YouTube channel where all the archives are. Just you'll click on a playlist called live broadcasts, actually, and you'll be able to click through the shows and check out the archives and things like this. Maybe I'll just leave it there. Oh, I know why I did that. Okay, there we are. Okay, so equating time for remuneration, and in the show yesterday it was, I talked about how long does it take to make ice. I talked about we're creating the environment that produces the effect, which let's say it's cash, and equating it with time. And so many of the people that you listen to, the people I listen to, talk about, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's just not as efficient. And we tend to be focusing on doing things in the physical, which will then create that remuneration that comes back, which kind of puts us in this linear expression of time. So the linear expression of time, let me just bring in change the configuration. So work with me here. Okay, here's Mr. Flipchart. And there's Mr. Flipchart. Let's see what happens. Well, we'll see if the machine blows up. I don't think it will. So some of you that have been to some of our workshops will have seen this already. So often we're conditioned that we experience time linearly. So it goes like this. Yeah, that'll work. And this is where you're at. Let's see. This is where you're at. And of course, this is the, whoops, I'm a little bit off there. Right. This is the past. And this is the future. What are we doing? And so we experience time as this timeline. Now here's the thing. Here's where we kind of trip ourselves up with the, thank goodness it's Friday, when we put those delineators or those milestones, because this is what's really interesting. And this past year and change, I don't know about you guys, but I've talked to so many people, and with ourselves, it just seems like it's one day over and over and over and over again. Now here's what's interesting is, and Mary Jo will often call it Groundhog Day, like it's the perpetual Groundhog Day over and over and over again, which why it seems like time just, it either goes so fast or it takes forever or all this kind of stuff, even more, because we don't have any milestones to experience the expression of time passing. So here's how it works. This is really good. So the reason that this past year, so what, we're 4th of June now. Like what happened to the first 6 months of the year? Poof, they just disappeared. So why is it the time seems to be so screwed up right now? It's because we haven't had it. I don't have my oops thing, or I would have hit it. We haven't had those delineated markers that we can experience the passing of time. Because here's the thing, in order to experience the passing of time, you need to measure something. And in order to measure something, you need 2 points. Well, the first point is here, right? And this is the present moment. Of course, where's the present moment? Right here, right now. So in order to experience the passing of time, you need another point to measure it from. So let's say there was a point right here that was, and the US just had theirs, the May long weekend. Right? It was maybe the May long weekend. So now you have these 2 points that you can experience the passing of time. And we do the same thing when we look into the future. Because if we look ahead and we go, let's see, it's theoretically, I don't know, Canada Day is coming up, right? So that's here. And this is going to be Canada Day. I'm just going to see what's while we're here. We're just kind of having fun because it's Freaky Friday. There we are going to pop that up there. I'm just seeing what my computer is really working on because it's warming up pretty good, but it's hanging in there. So we have these landmarks now for this past, like I said, I don't know how many months, well over a year now. I'm betting that for the most part, this May long weekend, you did pretty much the same thing as you did the weekend before or the weekend after, because we don't have a ton of options. So when you think about it, how many family traditions, Christmas, New Year's, Easter, the Christmas vacation that people take, that type of thing, so many of those events that we use as landmarks, so we experience this expression of time passing, we didn't have them. It was just, in many respects, another day, which is why it seems like all the days are kind of blending together. And so we have Friday. Well, thank God it's Friday. So it's Friday. And then there's things you do if you work Monday to Friday. There's things you do Saturday, things you do Sunday. Oh, Monday. Oh, God, you got it's Monday, right? So there's a demarcation. And then you start to look for Friday, right? So it's Monday, you start to look for Friday. So now here I am there. So because of that, I can experience the expression of time passing, have that experience of time passing. But this is where we screw ourselves up so much, because in a very real way, that experience of linear time is an experience that we have created, both, this is really good, both individually and as a society. And so here's the thing, as soon as you have those 2 points, now you can experience, oh, let's try this. We're just kind of having fun here, so I'm going to try this. I go to here and I pop up, there we go. Because you have those demarcations, right? This is past, this is coming up, this is Monday, this is Friday. Now you can experience less than enough. Why is that not? It should just pop up on the screen, but that's okay. I'll have to think of something else. Yeah, it doesn't work. That's all right. Anyhow, so where am I going? Now you can experience that less than enough or more than enough, because the only way you can have the experience of less than enough and more than enough if you have something to measure it to. Okay, now that's kind of warps your brain a little bit, but just stick with me here, and with a bit of luck, it'll make sense. So we have these demarcations. So you've got Friday, you've got Monday, you've got the long weekend coming up, whatever the Canada Day long weekend, you've got the May long weekend coming that is past. Now, in the past years, you've done certain events that were different than the same day over and over again. So now you have that landmark. That was May. I am here. This is July. And that's good and all. But what we don't realize is when we do that, now we're starting to limit ourselves. Now we're starting to say that time is this defined parameter. And so often, a parameter that I either don't have enough or I've got too much. Usually it's not enough. It's like, oh my goodness, it's Friday and I haven't got this done yet. Or there's something in the future. Right? It's Friday and it's getting closer and I need to get this done. Do I have enough money for this? So we're fitting everything into this solid, concrete expression of time. And in a way, what has also happened in this past, like I said, however many months, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 months, whatever it is now, that experience of time passing has got kind of muddy because it has been kind of that same day over and over again, which offers us a unique opportunity. Because when you think about it, how much of our life experience and how many of our desires do we allow to be limited through this concrete expression of time? I'll give you a really good example. Sources flowing, strong dough. How many desires that you have? How many desires do you have that you maybe have discounted because it's too late? You've decided, I would really love to experience this. I would really love to do this. I would really love to have that. But it's too late. There's not enough time for me now. Maybe you want to change vocations. Maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe there was this certain amount of finances that you wanted to have kind of accumulated and all that kind of stuff, and you don't. And so you look at where you're at and you look at that desire, right? Like this. So you look at it this way. Where's my... Here, I just got to start a new page here. So you're here. And your desire is here. And of course, time is right here. And because you have this delineation and this delineation, now, how have we created that? Because we've been taught that time is this linear expression. It's concrete, click, 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 right? So we start to determine or use as parameters for defining whether this is possible or not. We use time. And I know I've said it. And I bet you've said it too. I would love to do this. I would love to be here. But I don't have enough time. It's too late. Where I'm at and where I want to be, I don't have enough time to get there. There's too much contrast. I'm here. I don't want to be all the way up there. And there's no way I can do that. There's no way I can experience that. But you want to know why? Oh, this is really good. You want to know why you've decided there's no way? Why you've decided there's no way is because you have decided there's not enough time. Not even so much not enough money. Now, here's an interesting thing. Like, just think about it. If you took that linear expression of time out of the equation, what would be possible for you? This is really good. What would be possible for you if time wasn't an issue? If time wasn't this delineated tick, 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 that I take my desires, I take my dreams, and I decide whether they'll fit in to this. Do I have enough time to accomplish them? You can say, well, no, that's not the issue. The issue is I don't have enough money to accomplish them. Well, here's the thing. If time wasn't an issue, okay, so if time wasn't an issue, that means, hey, Ellie, how you doing? Exactly. If time wasn't an issue, then money wouldn't be an issue. Even if you were still equating offering a service, offering hours, see, there's hours, right, in exchange for remuneration. So if there was an infinite amount of time, then you could say, well, so I'm here and I want to be there. I'm just making stuff up. And it's going to cost $1 million. Well, there's no way I can come up with $1 million. Where do you get that from? You get that from, I don't have enough time to earn. Oh, this is good. I don't have enough time to earn the money to manifest a desire. Did you hear that? I don't have enough money to manifest the desire. What you're really saying is, I don't have enough time to earn the money to manifest the desire. Isn't it interesting how time and money are so intrinsically connected? But here's the thing, if you eliminate time, then you could, even if we're exchanging again, services, hours, all that kind of stuff, if you had an infinite amount of time, you go, oh yeah, sure, I could earn that much money to then manifest this. But what do we say? We don't say, and we may say, I can't afford it. What we're saying is there's not enough time for me to create the wealth to achieve it. That's interesting. So in a very real way, you've heard me talk about, this is just, I'm just flowing now. So I'm not thinking, just speaking. You've heard me talk about those three stages. Right? The three stages. The first one is because you're building this new house. The first one is the existing house needs to be demolished. Second stage is the foundation needs to be, if there's any cracks, they need to be kind of repaired. Maybe it needs to be strengthened. Maybe the foundation even needs to be expanded because this new house that we're building on it is so much bigger than the old one that just the existing foundation can't support it. So what if? What if one of those constructs of that old house that has been demolished in so many ways has been this linear expression of time? What if the very fact that for this last however many months, one day has basically looked the same as the other, it has actually kind of detached us from this was a May long weekend. This is New Year's. This is it, right? The person that does the New Year's resolutions on January 1st, and then they go, oh my goodness, it's Easter already, and I haven't got them done. See, we don't have those landmarks right now. So what if that in a way has freed us up from, in so many respects, from this limitation of time, if and as we choose to take that step? If you can choose, nope. Because you can choose to be released from that hard delineation of time that is taking so many of your dreams and your desires and moving them from probable to impossible. What if you literally had all the time in the world? What if time wasn't an issue? You know what? Here's your homework assignment. Oh, there's less. I wonder where that come from. Oh. So on this Freaky Friday, I got to pull up the Freaky Friday because it's cool. Freaky Friday. I thought that was kind of cool. So when you think about what you want, right? Not what you have, or not what you've been told you can have, but what you want. What I want you to do is just think about it. When you think about, oh, that would be really cool. Oh, yeah. So here's what happens. You think of the desire, right? It feels good. Yeah. Oh, that would be really neat. And then you start to focus on it a little bit, and then you feel that bit of a, right? That's, so you feel a bit of that. Just maybe kind of ask yourself the question, where did that feeling come from? And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised, especially after watching the show here, if often, maybe more often than not, what takes it from, that's good, is time. Is because we've been conditioned to experience time as solid, unchanging. And we take our desires and fit them into time. And there's a whole, I mean, it's like physics 101 too, that time is not linear. Time is incredibly flexible. Topic for another show. But for right now, just ask yourself the question. So you have the desire comes into your awareness, you focus on it a little bit, it feels really, really good, and then you feel that whiplash of, I bet often this comes from there's not enough time, i.e., it's too late. So if it's too far away, what does that really mean? I don't have time to achieve it, right? So just ask yourself the question. We call them creative questions. So ask yourself the question, what if time wasn't an issue? That might be kind of interesting. Here's a desire, feels good, feel that whiplash. Just give yourself a moment to investigate why I feel that. And maybe even ask yourself the question, is it because I don't think there's enough time? Again, I've started too late, whatever. And then if that is the case, ask yourself another question. And this is the creative question. The creative question is, what if time wasn't an issue? Now, I will get to wrapping up here shortly, but this is really powerful. A creative question. What if time wasn't an issue? Now, why do I call that a creative question? Because it's really a declaration, not a question. So it's, what if time wasn't an issue? But vibrationally, what you're doing is, what if time wasn't an issue? See the difference in the way that feels? So in the question, you're actually making the declaration that time isn't a factor. Isn't that tricky how that works? They're vibrationally very, very different. What if time wasn't an issue? What if time wasn't an issue? And what you're saying is I choose that time isn't an issue. And so often, especially right now, all it takes is that little bit of a spark, giving yourself that little bit of a break, saying, you know what? What if in this case here, what if time isn't an issue? And feel the relief that will come from that. You're going to feel a bit freaky. You're going to be Freaky Friday. You're going to feel a little bit crazy because the normals in society have said that you're not enough. The normals in society have said you have to choose to desire what we've told you you can have. I'm going to be, what's today? 1 month from today, I'll be 60 years old. You know what people my age are supposed to be doing, if not already doing it? You know all the things that people my age are supposed to have? I don't have a lot of those. But I tell you what I do have. I have a dream. And I have a desire. And I'm bullheaded stubborn enough to not allow those voices from external or internal to say it's too late to start, to say that you're where you're at now and where your desire is, there's just no way you could ever get that way. To have society and have the voices in my head tell me, you need to accept, you need to settle for what you can have, not what you want. And I think the strongest thing that I can say is right now, stop that. What I want you to do is start to want what you want. Doesn't matter what people, places, things, or events tell you you can have. Doesn't matter if they tell you you're crazy. Doesn't matter if they tell you you're right, you're wrong, you're ruining your, there's all these ruining your life. It's all that you're supposed to do this, all that kind of bullshit. Because I know this, that in a month I'll be 60. And I'm a lot closer to the end than probably a lot of you are. And be damned if I'm going to choose to pull back my dreams, pull back my desires, to settle for what I'm supposed to have, what I'm supposed to be able to achieve. That's a big piece. This isn't a commercial. That's a big piece of what the 777 Club is. It's a group of people that are choosing to believe in what they want, not what they think they can have. been a good show. Oh, thanks, Ellie. I appreciate that. That's just, yeah, thank you. That means so much. Share, share, share. We're all in this together. I usually don't do shows on Saturday and Sunday, so you'll see me for the Monday edition. Maybe it'll be like Manic Monday. Don't know. Monstrous Monday, Marvelous Monday. So we'll see how it goes. Share, share, share. We're all in this together. Thanks for tuning in. You guys are amazing. See you on the web. Oh, I'm at 52 and starting. Yes, you are. That's right, Ellie. And just, man, you throw those numbers out. You throw the numbers out. Want what you want. All right, guys. See you on the web.